eskwela ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela.
Lead X. X is for the extracurricular life of the Ateneo College students. X is for the X factor that transforms them into leaders, into men and women for others. X is for Lead X. Lead X.
Down from the hill.
To open our eyes and ears that we may see the face of Christ and hear his voice in our midst. For 28 years, Jesuit Communications has been promoting the Catholic faith and serving the nation through both traditional and new media. Hear us tackle national issues in light of Christian values on Usapang Kapatid, Pasakalye, and Radio Veritas. Watch our uplifting reflections on Kapet Bandasal and The Word Exposed, as well as our acclaimed TV specials. Listen to the inspiring and soothing music of Jesuit Music Ministry's original artists as you read our spiritually enriching books. To learn more about JESCOM's mission of evangelization and education, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, jescom.ph. To give a face to the faceless and a voice to the voiceless, that we may recognize Christ in them and hear his story in theirs.
Enzo Valdez, the Apo Hiking Society, Parokya ni Edgar, Bukas Palad, the Ateneo Glee Club, and many more. All homegrown talents at the Ateneo de Manila University. Get to know the current music environment at the Ateneo. Tune in to Himig Ateneo. Himig Ateneo. Listen to the Blue Eagles sing. Himig Ateneo.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugo, todo sa kayod, tunong at tulong, lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil.
Let us understand mental health and explore how we can take care of our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Welcome to your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits with Pat and B. Here on Mind Ed.
Sa'yo sumisilong kapag ang puso ko'y pagod.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Mind Ed, your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits. We are live simulcast on Radio Katipunan Facebook page at facebook.com/Radio Katipunan 879. Tama ba? Alright. Okay, I am back. I have returned from the dead. Okay. Thank you. Kayo talaga, no? Kahit kailan talaga. Salamat, ah. Salamat. Sprinklers. Okay, salamat. Thank you everybody at Radio Katipunan for the very, very warm and very, very heart attack wondering welcome. Salamat. Shade. But okay, much love then. Salamat. Thank you also for the shout out on the wedding. So yes, I've just gotten, I'm married now for about 11 days. Yeah. Ano ba? So thank you for the shout out on the week of our wedding. Sorry, hindi ako naka-reply kasi hindi ako marunong mag-Facebook. hindi kasi ayaw mag-shift ng profile. So pag nagre-reply ako at pag nagre-react ako as Radio Katipunan siya. Weird. So diba parang as if nag-reply lang yung RK sa sarili niyang post. But okay. It's good. I'm happy to be back. I'm just now posting our video on my page. There you go. Okay. Ay, nako. It's been, almost a month, I think, since I've been here. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Grabe. As in, like, ewan ko. Parang, seriously. It's surreal. Feeling right now, rinig ka ba? Sana may mic ka din. So I'm feeling very loved right now. Pero just a bit of news, I guess. So yes, apart from being or having gotten married, which happened 2 weeks ago, or a week and some days ago now. 11 days nga. I also got sick. Very, very sick. I had dengue. I was in the hospital for about 6 days. It was not a pleasant experience. Pero I'm alive. I've come back from the dead-ish. And you guys should wear your off and hydrate always. Sorry, nagpa-plug na ako, pero okay lang. Importante yun. It's the season for it. So, stay safe, guys. Nakakasira ng buhay talaga ang isang maliit na lamok. So, huwag niyong pasira yung buhay niyo din. Okay, grabe, major catch-up talaga. I wish that B could be with us on air right now, but that's okay. She's taking care of business. Personal emergencies? Yes, personal emergencies and stuff. So that's fine. It's okay. We are here for to represent and everything. So that's fine. It's still September, so this is our first live show for September. Tama ba? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, okay. Actual live, diba? Oh, so first live show in September. So September, if not a lot of people know, September 10 is World Suicide Prevention Day. So not something to necessarily be celebrated as a happy thing, but it's just an awareness campaign so that people are aware that, suicide is not just a small thing, it's a big thing that affects the lives of not just the people who we've lost, but also the people around them. So take some time today to, just think about and reflect on how lucky we are to still be alive and how it is that we can all protect and save the lives of one another. So yun lang. We have guests on today. I won't introduce them just yet. So this is our segue point into like a commercial and stuff. So Justin, work your magic.
The Jesuit Hour. Get to know the Jesuits. Discover their spirituality, their history, their ministries. The Jesuit Hour. Anything Jesuit, everything Jesuit. The Jesuit Hour. Enzo Valdez, the Apo Hiking Society, Parokya ni Edgar, Bukas Palad, the Ateneo Glee Club, and many more. All homegrown talents at the Ateneo de Manila University. Get to know the current music environment at the Ateneo. Tune in to Himig Ateneo. Himig Ateneo. Listen to the Blue Eagles sing. Himig Ateneo. Atin yan! Catch the latest news about the latest happenings in and around the Ateneo. Atin yan! Be in the know and get to know persons and personages in the Ateneo. Atin yan! Atin yan! Ateneo yan! Atin yan! Fly high, Blue Eagle flying. Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Okay, we're back. That was a very quick break. Thank you, Justin. So we have guests here. If you are watching live on Facebook, we have people seated in the booth now. I could introduce each of them, but I'm not gonna do that because I want them to introduce themselves. So I guess maybe ladies first. It's okay. Just name, I guess, and where you're from and how you're feeling today. Kasi importante yan. Sige.
Hi everyone. I'm Kara. I'm from the Listen team. We'll delve into how our groups came together in a while, but right now it's a Friday,
Yes.
and I'm quite excited to be heading into the weekend.
Okay, so we'll make this as quick and painless as possible. Thank you. Okay, Jerry.
Hi everyone, I'm Joy, also from Listen Team. So, yeah.
Okay. How are you feeling today?
I'm very excited about this.
About this, not the weekend. But also
Too
the
much.
weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige.
Hi, I'm Enzo, also from the Listen team. I'm so excited to be back in Ateneo. So when you were actually going in Ateneo, we were like, I was telling Jerry, ito wala pa to when I was here, and bago to ha. So
Like
it's
a
super.
tour,
I'm so happy that we're back.
Okay. So he's going for the radio voice. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's good. So just to get this clear, Listen is a collaboration between different people. So I understand that Enzo, you are the CEO of Sindikato. We'll talk about Sindikato in a bit. But you guys are from like different backgrounds. So your background is with Sindikato, and you guys, are you also with
Jerry is with
Sindikato.
Sindikato.
Okay, you're with Sindikato as well. But Kara, you're from
Media.Xchange.
media.Xchange. Okay, so you are the events and marketing manager of media.Xchange. Amazing. Okay. High praise for you guys. Big bosses all around. Sige, okay. Can we just talk about, I guess, or I'm not, I've read up, of course, do my research, but I'm unfamiliar with the backgrounds of Sindikato, for example. So I know that you guys are managing certain talents and stuff, but could you talk more about that?
Okay, so basically Sindikato was formed by high school classmates here in Ateneo.
Wow.
So when we were in college, iba yung course, one was supposed to be a doctor and so on, but every weekend we would shoot videos. So Sindikato started as a video production house. So we service advertising clients as well as we do our original content.
Sure.
And then several years ago, my friend and I, we started managing on the side ng mga artists kasi we do a lot of music videos.
Yeah.
So we were like, why not help the music scene?
Sure.
So we started managing artists, and then eventually it became part of Sindikato. So we call it Sindikato Management. But now we're also doing events. So on the management side, we manage currently Ben and Ben, Kada Lily, Sood, Fern, Fighting River Blindness, Unit 406, Dianella. We have actually 10 artists currently.
Okay. Wow. Amazing.
And Jerry she's part of the management team.
Okay.
I'm the accounts executive of the management team. So, I work under the management team, pero minsan, nagjo-job din kami sa studios. Like doing production designs, like that. So, I was in the company for like almost 7 months. Nakilala ko yung Sindikato kasi nag-intern ako sa kanila when I was studying sa Miriam College. So, tinuloy ko na din.
Okay. Kara, media.Xchange. What's I can gather what it's about, but sige lang. So please explain for the unfamiliar.
We're a creative firm. We do a lot of the communications and marketing strategies. It was in one of our collaborations with Sindikato that we worked together, had this event, and then a few months down, we thought, hey, maybe we could do something together with their strength in talent management and ours in communications and mounting events and doing the PR for it. So that's how the idea for Listen was actually born. I wouldn't say it was an easy process because we actually started meeting maybe end of last year. But it took a while because we wanted to make something that was accessible to the younger crowd, but also not very imposing. You know how when you do advertising or you do marketing for that select segment, the youth they're now Gen Z. Kasi millennials kami, and then they're Gen Z.
Kasama ako dyan. Okay.
But when you impose something, they're like, nah. But when you get them to actually buy in and think, hey, this is something that works for me or that resonates with me. So that's what we wanted to do with our little project called Listen. So that's why we're here now to talk about it.
That's cool. So Sindikato Music, most media.Xchange is mostly like events and stuff. But
the comms
are you all musicians as well? Like on the side? No? Do you sing? You look like a singer.
No, I don't.
No.
Jerry can dance.
I don't sing.
I see. Okay.
I used to have a band in high school, college.
Okay, cool. And Kara?
I'm just a music fan.
Okay, fair enough.
How about you?
Yes, I'm a musician also.
Currently?
But I don't play with any group specifically. I play for church.
Wow.
Yeah, so I play drums.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I play drums. I've been drumming since I was 13, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, more or less.
Nice.
So it's been a while, but it's much fun. Like
so 10 years ago lang eh.
Sana. Pero hindi. Bola ka. No, but so this is why one of the reasons why this topic or Listen as a project is not necessarily close to my heart, but it's something that I'm excited about, especially for people of the younger generations, because music to me is such a big thing. So how did this come about? Like whose heads did you put together to make this, and what was the reason behind it? Like what was the energy or motivation behind this?
Well, last year we worked with media.Xchange for the launch of Sindikato Management, and then we enjoyed working with them. So we were like, let's meet and And we just wanted to do something na, of course, we always want to say na, oh, let's change the world.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just playing with our strengths. I guess we downscaled it to, let's do an event. I mean, that's the skill of Sindikato as well as media.Xchange. And do basically a concert series that would make a difference in a way. So yeah, that's where it actually started, and then we started brainstorming what topics we could focus on. Initially, we were also thinking maybe we can do elections, promoting elections. Because we started brainstorming last year, and then parang maybe in each school that we go to, it's a different topic. But so just speaking up about a certain topic that we want.
Okay, so why mental health?
Well, it's one of the biggest problems, or it's one of the biggest challenges that the youth face these days, not just in the Philippines but worldwide. From our studies, because we were also briefed by our institutional partners, which are DOH and Philippine Mental Health Association. They did raise a point that the highest number of incident rates are from 18 to 25, and that's precisely the university student crowd. There was initial apprehension on the mental health topic because we were scared that people will not receive it well. It's a bit polarizing. When you hear mental health, people would think, oh, it's too depressing. It's something I don't want to be a part of, that conversation. But surprisingly enough, both on the student side and on the company side, because we have partners, we have corporations who also join specific legs. They were precisely joining. They were joining precisely because they also believed in the advocacy, and they felt that this was the right time to talk about things like this. So it was nice to have this, to listen to your program, and to see that you've been doing it for years.
Okay.
And actually, even the artists really enjoyed being part of it because they were also briefed, and then they found out more about it. In fact, they want to learn more and sort of go to a session with
which
Department
we're
of Health
cooking up.
It's an unsurprising sentiment, really. Like, so I myself and most of the people are, I'm an advocate of mental health. Like, part of my background, so I'm a psychotherapist by profession, and on the side, would you consider it on the, hindi naman on the side, but like as an aside, something that I do apart from seeing people one-to-one is I do mental health talks, workshops, trainings for organizations and different audiences, and for the most part, for the people who are requesting for events like this, that's the general sentiment. They think that parang it's such a heavy thing. I'm not so sure if that's something that we're prepared to do, because it's also, unsurprisingly, not something that a lot of people, especially in the older generations, talk about or are super aware of or familiar with. And I think it's just very timely. Although, mental health has been, I think, a thing that's been an emerging concern for the past decade, I guess. But anything that comes in this time is timely in a sense. So galing, kudos to you guys. Why listen though? I mean, obviously because it's music, but
actually, Listen kasi has three things, no? So one of the things that we do, we have the campus tour. We call it the Listen Campus Tour. The Listen Campus Workshops, which we're gonna roll out soon. Basically, it's the artist going to the students as well as maybe the organizations as well. To just in a classroom setting teach them how to play music, write songs. Because as we manage artists, parang one thing that the artists always want to do, parang what if we are able to do something greater than just playing music for people. So that's what they want. So just learning from our artists, we want to integrate that in whatever thing that we can do. So the campus tour, campus workshops, and then we have campus online. Basically, we're launching it on YouTube, And then basically you have lessons of
It's a masterclass.
Short masterclass sessions for each artist. We already recorded like three. One is teaching parang guitar playing and so on, songwriting and
But it's listen, so the music aspect is a given because it's a concert series. But also in reference to mental health or to the issues of the youth, sometimes the best you could do is to listen to the person. It's not really saying I feel you, because we really don't, and that's not what our project is meant to do. We have experts to help them or steer them should they need professional help. But at most is what we want the students to do for their fellow students or their peers are to just actively listen, because sometimes it just really takes a listening ear.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. Usually, a lot of the people who advocate for mental health are those who also, not necessarily suffer from any mental health conditions, but have had some form of like struggle or challenge with it. Some things that top of mind lang, people like nawawala siya sa utak ko. But there are celebrities who are coming out and speaking out about their own struggle with mental health. And I wonder, apart from the whole social relevance, like okay, for example, ako, apart from being a psychotherapist, I also have I deal with anxiety issues also sometimes, as do a lot of people. And it's that experience, it's that personal experience that kind of gives me that level of relatability with the people I speak with. And I wonder, and feel free to not answer this question because it's a very personal question, but I wonder if you guys also have your own experience of, if not in your own personal experience, but people around you, if you've ever been exposed to mental health challenges or mental
Well, definitely. I mean, in Sindikato, in our team, we're a very young team. So, and a lot of the youth, I guess, really talk about depression. Lungkot ako, and of course, it's always about saying na we had before like friends saying na gusto ko na mamatay, pero jokingly, things like that. But what we love about our team as well, and working with media.Xchange, parang we realize working with artists, having that sense of community or family in terms of it really helps. So iba-iba yung pinagdadaanan ng bawat tao, but at the same time, if you have other people there to just really
help
be there with you and talk to you and listen, lend an ear, things like that, it really helps. Currently, actually, in the office, we have an employee who lost a niece, no? So that's why medyo masakit siya, and our whole team actually is just really supporting him as well. And we don't know how to deal with something like that, with the loss of someone who was because of mental health issues, no? So parang and we're learning about it. So actually, this journey of the campus tour, aside from us trying to help others, it's actually helping us as well.
On a personal note, I have like a relative and a best friend who has mental health issues. So there was one time we went on a trip. I had to be brief what to do when the anxiety attacks, like the medicine to take, which color, and it was all, we're supposed to go here, have fun, but I guess that's the reality of it. You don't know when it hits, but there are interventions, or there are ways to manage it. So in terms of my personal interest in our project, I feel that because their issues or their plights are sometimes dismissed by others, saying nag-iinarte ka lang, or you're just you might have a period because they're female. But it's usual.
Sexist.
No, but
Yeah,
it is
okay.
usual and it happens. So I like working on this project because it helps normalize these kinds
Yeah.
of conversations. It's a Filipino thing to always say, let's not do that because this is what's always been done.
Yeah.
But this is our chance to challenge that and say maybe it's time to make a new normal.
Yeah.
And it's in talking about things like that that would help it be more socially accepted.
Yeah. Okay. Sige. Thank you. I find that in my work and in like just personal experiences with other people. So skewing more to the job that I do is that one of the benefits and one of the things that people really just come to have, is just to be listened to, just to be heard. Parang essentially, in many of the, talks that I've given, parang it all boils down to people have the fundamental need to be seen and to be heard. Diba? What comes to mind, or one of the things, like it was like a meme or a prank on Facebook, I think, where there was a mom and a brother who were in cahoots, and they would cover the sister with a sheet. Tapos they would pretend na pag natanggal na para na magic trick siya, tapos invisible na siya, and it causes so much distress for this young person, and that's a reinforcement, I think, of people really want to be acknowledged, to be validated that I exist. The things that I experience are real and not some trivial thing that I should sweep under the rug. And I think the event, the movement that you're pushing is something that promotes that, and that's needed. Kasi, a lot of young people, I think, and this is like personal opinion, I guess, but a lot of young people go unheard. And I'm sure that each of us have had experiences when we were younger that we weren't taken seriously, that we had feelings na parang we were discovering things about ourselves na parang I don't understand, and trying to talk about it is just like you're just PMSing, or if you're a guy, you're just like that's not manly of you. So, and one of the things that personally that got me through that age naman was also music, and funnily it was also emo music. Diba? That's what people relate to. I mean, not the screaming, but just like the emotion or the raw like feeling of it all. And it's a great thing that you're pushing mental health awareness and promotion through music, but then like has music, I mean, you guys put this together and you decided that, hey, let's do a music thing, and let's do a music thing not just for the sake of music, because that happens a lot, but a music thing for mental health. So I wonder, like, why, I mean, for you, for example, from media.Xchange, you could have done anything else. You could have put up a conference, for example, or something else, but you chose music. And I wonder if music had like a very close, like, personal, relationship with you and your own, like, development of who you are as a person. Pwede namang hindi. Pero okay lang.
Understandably, like, music really heals. So it's where you form togetherness. It's, a bunch of strangers at a concert, and you resonate with whatever feeling they're feeling at that moment.
Yeah.
But also bearing in mind that we also wanted to tap into the youth interest, and to be able to just, roll out a conference or a talk will not get them to listen.
Sure.
So we had to find creative ways. We had to talk their language, and their language now is, these are the bands I look up to. And if we could get these artists to say, actually, we feel you, this is something that we also go through, but we power through.
Right.
We feel that would be more inspirational than just to give them something like a dry conference. We're just fortunate that the artists that we've worked with are all in support support because they also have their personal stake at it, whether it's them personally or someone they know or someone in the band. But just seeing all facets of it just emphasize like how much mental health is needed. And mental health just isn't just being having dark thoughts or having monsters inside you. It's also having a sound mental health. So not succumbing to stress or the pressures. So there's so much more to do. Actually, we've barely scratched the surface, but in the first few steps that we've taken and the support that we've been able to get, because in the time of social media, everyone replies. You can easily get feedback real time, and when you see people tweet, "I like this thing," because it also has advocacy, it makes you feel like all the pagod, Jerry, all the physical pagod is actually worth it, right?
Okay. So I'm aware that the first ever leg or the first ever show was at FEU. Well, I wasn't there, so how was that? Could you share with us your experience? How the response? What was it like coming into it? The preparation for it, and what have actually done it? What was that like?
Actually, so for Tatak Tamaraw, every year though it rains. So it rained.
Oh man!
Actually, it got cancelled at first, so we had to move 2 weeks after because it rained.
Okay.
And then on that day itself, it rained again, pero not as hard as the first one.
Sure.
We continued. So everyone was there, and then everyone was put up their umbrellas, and then everyone was just shouting payong. So walang umaalis, tinanggal yung payong, and we were just under the rain. I guess the experience there was a sense of community talaga when everyone was there, and there's a personal connection talaga with the artists. It felt different from the usual gigs that we have. It's like, you're there, yung mga spiels nila, there's purpose to their spiels. And the audience, they were actually very thankful. There was actually one person who said na very apt yung name na Listen. I'm so happy that it was the bands went here, as well as initially they didn't know some of the artists because the most known artist there, I guess, was Kala Lili. The others you don't know. So at the start they were a little bit hesitant, but when they heard these new artists, they were very thankful na bagong sa playlist nila. So it's also knowing more artists and these artists having the same sentiment when it comes to mental health. So yun, very community based and nakatulong overall. And they tweeted about it. They were so happy. They were saying it's one of the best.
Wow. Sa Philippines. Kasi yung students, they were so happy na to the point na may isang student doon na nag-raise siya ng board or sinabi niya talaga na we thank you for you guys kasi first time na nangyari na kinonect yung music with the mental health. Na talagang nag-heal talaga siya. So we were proud and happy of that kasi yun na yung pinaka-peak namin na okay, it's working. Yung idea ng lahat, it's working na siya.
Congrats, that's awesome. Okay.
And I guess to add to what you said earlier, I guess music kasi currently is dictated by the college crowd. Honestly, especially on Spotify and so on. So it's really the medium that we chose to actually talk about mental health and then
well, my favorite moment was Kian of Kalya Lily was asked everyone to put down their phones and they were just singing to his song because you know that mental health issues arise from social media, the excessive use of social media. A couple of studies have said that. So when you have everyone just without anything, just singing and just being in that moment, it was, I think that was the high point for me, and that was when you felt, okay, we're here, we're with them. The connection,
Yeah.
kasi you can't fake
Yeah.
it. Like, even if in photos you can say, oh, it was a fun event, but being there and being actually with them, that was something for me.
So we're now flashing photos on the live stream of pictures of the event, and you went all the way up to the night. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. People don't really make don't really know the connection between, like the scientific connection between mental health and music, but there's a lot. Music can be very focusing. It can actually help improve, how, there's some people at work or in the office or even, in the library who are like super focused on their things and they have their earphones on. So that's one of the benefits of music. It can also, be very relaxing depending on what kind of music you listen to, to relax. I'm not sure if heavy metal is very relaxing, but for some, yeah, people who like chaos, I guess. I don't know, but anecdotally, like as a drummer, like the rhythmic pattern or having a consistent beat is very calming for myself, and at the same time there's also a technique that I sometimes teach to my patients who suffer from anxiety. It's called the butterfly hug. Now what it is really is just well, there are different ways to do it, but it's essentially just tapping, and just like a progressively like slow tapping. So like tapping on, so kaya siya butterfly hug kasi mukha siyang ganito. So it's cross arms, tapos you just tap, alternately your shoulders. And then what happens really is for a lot of people, because when you're anxious, what happens is you start to hyperventilate, or you start, your heartbeat starts to increase also, or you start to palpitate. And doing that kind of allows the heart to kind of follow along, and it starts to slow you down. And this is sort of like what happens when you breathe deeply and slowly. So it's, yun pa lang, parang that's not like music in and of itself. And there are also forms of therapy, expressive arts therapy, that rely heavily on music and the free expression of oneself through like musical means, and not necessarily like yung mga avant-garde na, or yung mga virtuoso na piano, like just really like releasing yourself or your stress on like an instrument. So drumming can be very stress relieving, especially it's a physical movement. So there's lots of it. So you don't have to be a musician to experience like music therapy, and that's a cool thing. Like I wonder if that's something that I think that might be a really interesting thing for people to know about. Parang music heals, and not just like from a sentimental level. It's scientific. It's an actual thing.
Actually, I think it would be perfect if we can have you as one of the guests.
Masterclass, yeah. You just gave us an idea for a masterclass topic.
Yep.
So it's your turn to guest on our thing.
Oh, maybe we can put something together. But in line with that, is like, how do people, where are you guys going next, and how do people reach you, or how do people like get you to come to their school if they wanted?
So basically, as we're fine. Okay.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of inquiries and students telling us where to go. We had an email inquiry as far as Biliran, so I had to Google where that is. But for the first few legs, we're focusing on Metro Manila first. But they could send us an email to listencampustour@gmail.com.
Okay.
If they would want us to come to their school or collaborate with us, or whether it's the campus tour concert series or the online workshops or the master classes. We're young, we're open, and we really encourage like ideas for collaboration. So we look forward to your email or just slide us a DM. We're on Instagram too.
Okay.
Also, guys, follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram is @ListenCampus. Same goes with Facebook. So
And
if you want
Twitter.
updates, just go there.
Yeah, I think we had a post saying, where do you want us to go next? I mean, we have a few schools in line, but just
We
wait
are-
for our
Gonna
announcement.
surprise
Yeah,
you.
where next?
So, sige, so hindi pwede drop kung saan yung
We have one
pupunta.
for October, but just tune in because
Okay,
we're...
sige. Okay. Wait, you mentioned a few things. You said there was an online thing, and I guess you have a Listen Campus workshop where you have select artists work on mentoring students on using music to heal and express themselves. Could you tell us more about that? So, the online thing is for what specifically? And
So the online thing is on YouTube. Basically, it's what's important kasi in terms of communicating is sort of having like a very personal approach to things. So for the YouTube classes, the parang master class, it's really the artist talking to the camera as if the artist is in front of you.
Okay.
And they teach you kung ano yung pinaka skill nila as an artist.
Sure.
So for example, we have Ken from Kalalili, the youngest member, and he's amazing in terms of fingerstyle
okay.
guitar playing.
Yeah.
So he has like 4 sessions that we've recorded already. We're gonna be releasing it soon. And basically, you learn about how to play the instrument. And then also we have Jensen Gomez. He's a good songwriter, so we had him guest. He has like 3 episodes about songwriting. So it's really like a masterclass session. But at the same time, we are also trying to integrate the mental health side of it by maybe having some sessions by our partners online as
The
well.
actual professional.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Because the artists also, they don't want to be like, okay, we are experts in mental
Nah.
health, because
Yeah.
they're not.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of what they can do is to teach you and to give you that sense of you have a tutor at home.
Yeah.
You can learn more about music.
Yeah.
And then the Listen Campus workshops is inside the school setting, maybe in a classroom or in a big covered courts area or something. Basically, we have around 2 to 3 for every 3 hours. You have 2 to 3 speakers who can speak.
Yeah.
And then it really depends because we have one that we're thinking that maybe all the drummers can go, something like that. So we have the drummer of Kalya Lili Silem. He's also a songwriter, but
Yeah.
he's one of the best drummers in the country.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, maybe we can do that. So that's the workshop.
Yeah. That's
With our
cool.
partner schools.
Yeah.
So our engagement with each school isn't just on a one-time event
Yeah.
thing. It's something that we see through with the sustaining lessons and how they can integrate it, whether in their
Yeah.
music club or their drum club.
I can imagine the school's response to these things are
Yeah.
just very, very welcome. It's just like, yes,
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, actually, Ben is super excited to like go to schools and
Yeah.
teach percussions and so on. So we're planning that along the road.
Sige. That's amazing. We're just about to wrap up now. So is there anything that you guys would like to impart to the people who are listening to this show or people who will be watching this show, like anything with whether regards to your event or just like mental health in general?
You guys.
On the spot ba? Sige lang. Sorry. Take your time.
Well, I guess first off, thank you for inviting us here. We're
course.
very thankful, and we're gonna continue what we're doing. I hope more schools would have us welcome us and invite us to do shows as well as workshops in their classes. And I guess in terms of mental health, just be nice to the people around you.
Amen. Amen.
Super small thing could really be you don't know, it might be a really big thing for that specific person may pinagdadaanan. So
Yeah.
just be there to listen and just be there and be kind to other people.
Yeah.
Not really more of an advice, but it's just, I think, for everyone who struggles on a day-to-day basis or may have had like dark thoughts in their minds, I think it's important to find a person that you would be most open to, who you're not afraid to share the things to, and who would treat whatever information you tell them with utmost confidentiality and respect, because because it's hard to trust people when you feel that the demons are eating you up. But it's something that you could go through with a friend, and also professional help. I think that's at the core of it. It's when you feel that it's too much for you to carry, there are people who would be best able to help you with it.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay.
Happy birthday. Is it your birthday?
No, sorry.
No, happy wedding!
Yes. I got married.
Congratulations!
They gave me cupcake, but that's okay. So yes, have a safe person and don't be a jerk. I was about to say another word, but we're on a safe space. So okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for making time to be here. I can't imagine that this is near to where you guys are, but familiar space for you. It's Ateneo. So
And we hope to have a show in Ateneo.
Yes. Yes. That would be nice to have. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So, guys, again, Listen Campus. If you want, follow them on, not follow them, like them on Facebook at Listen Campus and on IG, Twitter, and YouTube at Listen Campus. So that's ListenCampus. If you needed that spelled out, it should be in the comments also. Yeah, Justin is awesome. Okay. Thanks again. Welcome back to us live show again. This has been Minded, your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits. My name is Pat. We're missing B here. We'll see you again next week. Thanks.
Let us understand mental health and explore how we can take care of our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Welcome to your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits with Pat and B, here on Mind Ed.
Sa'yo